fellas, it's your girl Sassy J, and I am back with another video. Yes guys, it is time for another Love Island review. Yes. But before we get into it, I'm gonna say it because I always say it and I will always say it. Go ahead, like, comment, and share. And if you're new to my channel, welcome beautiful people. Please make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you get a notification every single time I, Sassy J, upload a new video. Okay? Okay, guys, so let's get straight into it. Liberty and Jake, guys, they have left the villa. Liberty and Jake has left the villa. I mean, am I surprised? No, because I kind of saw it coming from last night's episode. The thing is, it's pointless for them being in there. If they're not gonna like be in a couple, if they're not gonna like fix things or stay together, it would have been pointless for them to stay in because, like I said last night, it's not like there's any more people going into the villa, and it's too short notice at this point anyways, because even if there was somebody going into the villa, Liberty, for a fact, she's too invested into Jake. There's no way that she would have been interested in anybody else. Let's face it. And Jake, well, probably would have been interested in other people. However, he wouldn't have made the move because he wouldn't have wanted to be perceived as a bad person, right? So, for a fact, I think that would have been just a complete waste of time for them to stay in the villa. Am I sad to see them go? Liberty, yes. I'm really sad that Liberty has left the villa. I'm sad that she didn't get the chance, that to find the person that really would appreciate her and love her and see all her beautiful qualities, because I truly believe that girl is beautiful inside out, and I wish she could see herself through many of us eyes because she's so beautiful. But for some reason, I don't think she actually sees it. But do you know what? I can tell that this whole experience, at least she's learned something. And we hear her say when she's speaking to Kaz, she's learned that she should trust her guts. And I say this all the time, female intuition, listen, it's a gift from God. It is a gift from God. Trust me. If you feel something is not right, you feel it deep in your stomach, in your heart, something's not right, something is not right. It's as simple as that. You don't need to doubt yourself all the time. Something is not right. And we know when we love someone how we are with that person. So we should know when somebody loves us how we expect them to treat us, how we expect them to be around us. And if it's not adding up, then we've got our answer. We need to walk away, and you have to put yourself first. You have to be selfish and you have to put yourself first, because all this time, Liberty was putting Jake first. She knew there was something missing, but she kept putting him first. I don't know if it has to do from a lack of confidence, but to be fair, you could see from a while back, everyone kept saying, you know what, I think it's ever since that movie, the movie night. But you know what? I don't regret the movie night. I think the movie night needed to happen, and I think the movie night was one of the best things that actually happened to Liberty. It might not feel that way now, but it's literally the best thing that happened, because it was one thing that opened her eyes. And I think at the back of her head, and I said this in that video, she will never forget that he said he doesn't feel like he wants to take her clothes off, and that's his girlfriend. And the thing is, the mistake that Jake made, and this was one of the things that pointed out right away, that Jake did not feel the same way about Liberty, because in that situation, he should have headed over to her table and reassured her. That's what he should have done. And he didn't. He just sat there with an awkward smile on his face, looking over to the side of his eyes, and did nothing. So right there and then, it was everything, all the proof, all the evidence that he did not feel the same way. And again, look at Liam and Millie. Liam messed up. We've seen it, guys. He messed the hell up, Liam did, right? He messed up. But look what he did. He literally kept fighting. He kept fighting for Millie. Millie told him it was over. She said it was over. Remember? Millie told Liam. She said, it's over. I don't see a future between us. But he said, I'm not ready to give up on us. And I will fight for you. And we saw that. He tried. I mean, some of the gestures that he did was a bit, they're a bit like, Liam, really? But he tried. He tried and he kept going and he was patient because he knew that he made a mistake and he's realized, you know what? I love this person and I want to be with this person and I don't want to lose what I have with this person. So he was willing to put the work in. Jake, we heard him tonight. I was saying it last night. He's not fighting for her. And Liberty's not stupid. She's saying it to Kaz. If he really loved me, he keeps saying he loves me, but if he loved me, he would fight for me. He wouldn't give up like that. He's not even emotional. And let's talk about emotional. I know I'm not the only one see Drake trying to force the tears. Come on now. I know you see Jake trying to force a tear. And I'm not gonna lie, I've had more tear action with an onion, cutting an onion, than Jake did rubbing his eyes. Jake was rubbing his eyes so much to get that tear out. And he did it last night as well when him and Liberty was talking about breaking up. He was trying to rub his eyes to get that tear out. Baby, honey, there's no tears. Leave it alone. Leave the tears for the people who, the criers. Leave the tears for the criers. You don't have no tears. It's cool. You don't have none. But he doesn't. And if you listen, I don't know if you guys heard this. He said to Teddy, I don't see the point of fighting for something when my heart is not in it. Yesterday he was saying to Liberty, but you're my girlfriend. Of course I love you. You're my girlfriend. He likes to use that you're my girlfriend line, as if it's meant to make a difference, because those are words. And I feel like those are the words that he used to kind of kept her in the place that she was for so long. Because every time she started having doubts in her head, he's like, but you're my girlfriend. You're my girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? He said it out of his own mouth. I don't feel the need to fight for something, and I'm not going to fight for something when my heart is not in it. So his heart is not in it. He's not putting out a fight for it. Yesterday, he literally broke up with her. Because as much as I would like to say that Liberty ended it with him, Liberty went in with the idea of ending it with him, but she was reluctant. And she was beating around the bush. She was saying these words, and in the back of her mind, in her heart somewhere deep down, she was hoping that he would cut her off and stop her. Right? But he didn't. What he did, she couldn't bring herself to say the words out, even though she probably was thinking it and trying to process it. He was the one that said, well, if that's how you feel, maybe we should go our separate ways. She was trying to say it, but bless her, she's so in love with him. It was so hard for her to say those words. But he literally just went in for the kill. Boom. And that's it. And that just shows you, he just wanted to cop out. And you know what? I was reading a comment today, right? And Spud, you like, big up yourself. And Spud said, you know what? I think that Jake manipulated her into that breakup. And you know what? I've been thinking about that. And I'm thinking, actually, that is so true. Because of the way he took over, he wanted her. It's like but he wants to make it look like she was the one that broke up with him. Do you see? But he literally wanted that. He wanted that because I think he just thought, you know what? I'm not going to win. I don't want to be stuck outside in a relationship, something that I don't want to be in. So, she's bringing it up at this point. Let me just go with it. Let me go with it. There's no emotion from him. And he's trying to, when he sees her crying, he's trying to push something out and keeps rubbing his eyes and all that kind of stuff. But it's not real emotions. And we can tell it's not real emotions. And it's okay, because at the end of the day, if you don't feel that way about somebody, you just don't feel that way about somebody. And you can't change how you feel. You have no control over that. If you're not in love with somebody, you're not in love with somebody. And you know what? You shouldn't be penalized for it either, because at the end of the day, you have to be true to yourself. My only thing that I do blame Jake for, I believe that Jake was never fully interested in her. I think maybe he grew to like her, but he was never in love with her. It was more kind of like an opportunity thing of being with her because she was there and she really cared for him, which is what almost happened to Kaz and Toby. Toby was basically falling into the trap of being with Kaz in the beginning because she was into him. Luckily, I'm glad that Chloe came in the time that she came in, and then he made the move for there, because I think had they stayed together, this is what probably would have happened with the Kaz and Toby situation, because they weren't really compatible. They weren't really into each other like that. Well, Kaz was into him, but Toby wasn't into her like that. And it's what we're seeing now. Liberty is into Jake, but Jake is not as into Liberty. And maybe he found it hard to say, and maybe he thought he would try, and then now he realized that he's in a relationship and he doesn't really want to be with the person that he's in a relationship with, and maybe he didn't know how to get out of it, and maybe he didn't know how to say that he wasn't feeling her, without breaking her heart. We don't know what he was thinking, and I'm not gonna go at Jake, and I'm not gonna bash Jake. I won't. I'm not gonna bash Jake because I don't know what he's thinking. I'm hoping that it wasn't stemmed from him trying to play a game. Because I personally feel like Jake has been playing a game. I'm not gonna lie to you. But at the same time, like I said, I'd much rather him let her go and they both go their separate ways than him actually try to fight for her, knowing that he's not interested. Obviously, we know Liberty on their date. It was very awkward, I'm assuming. You don't really want to like see your boyfriend. You don't want to be in the same house as your boyfriend. You're not together. It's hard. Emotionally, it's hard. Mentally, it's draining as well. It is really, really draining. But they did go on their date. And on their date, Liberty decided, you know what, I'm leaving. I think it's the best thing for me. And you know what? Hats off to Jake for saying that he's going to go with her. Although I don't feel like he had much of a choice because had he said, you know what, I'm going to stay. Where's my girl Faye at? If he had said that he was gonna stay, that would have not gone down with anybody. Anybody in the villa, anybody outside of the villa, it would have just not gone down well at all. So he really didn't have much of a choice but to go with her. But I'm glad that at least they're trying to be amicable and they're trying to leave on a positive note. And the fact that they're going to leave on a positive note, guys, I'm hoping that we don't bash Jake when he comes out. Because I know sometimes, you have those internet trolls, they get a little bit carried away and they take things way too personal than they actually really should. And I hear about all these threats, and certain times people get threats to their family and they get threats themselves. You got to just bear in mind somebody's mental health, guys. So please do not go down that route with Jake or any of the other contestants for that matter, okay? What we don't want for ourselves, let us not do it to other people. But guys, on a more positive note, Liam and Millie finally said, I love you. I mean, I was looking at those two lovebirds and I'm just like, when are they going to say it? When are they going to say it? For me personally, yes, they had the up and down, but I do genuinely believe that they are in love with each other. I do. I see it. I see when he looks at her, he's always smiling. She's always smiling. You can see her today. She was literally giggling off her teeth. Boy, all I saw was Millie's teeth. That's all I saw today. She was smiling from ear to ear like a Cheshire cat. She could not help it. She could not help it. That's a happy woman. That's a woman that's happy in love. And you can tell that Liam as well is happy in love. He's like, oh, I'm definitely punching above my weight. You better recognize, Liam. You better recognize. But yeah, they're in love and I'm happy and I'm glad to see it. I'm glad to see the couples. I can see, for me personally, Toby and Chloe, for me, I always say, they're the strong winners because they kind of kept, on the straight and the narrow ever since he came back. He went on his tour and he came back and decided, I want Chloe. They've been good and they've been strong together, right? But quite recently now, and even last night, if you had asked me, I would have said, you know what, I think that they're definitely going to claim number one. But now I'm thinking, okay, I see Millie and Liam, and I'm thinking, ooh, Millie and Liam, I was thinking maybe they'll get second place, all along. But now I'm thinking to myself, competition is kind of stiff. They might actually be in with a good chance of winning. So does Faye and Teddy. I don't think Kaz and Tyler will win. I think maybe they might be the next couple to come out. I probably would want them to go a bit further, but let's be realistic. I don't think that it's going to be her that stays. I think definitely the top three will end up being Chloe and Toby, Millie and Liam, and Faye and Teddy. That's what I think will be in the final three, basically. But you know what? I'm keeping my fingers closed for Kaz because I'm keeping my fingers crossed for Kaz because I love Kaz. I think she's a lovely girl. I'm still not 100% on Tyler, but you know what? I am more going towards Tyler now a little bit. For some reason, I feel like, you know what? Maybe he just needed his space and he just needed some time and he just needed to go at his own pace. And maybe that's all it is. Maybe he's just going at his own pace, and if Kaz is okay with it, which she's obviously happy with it. And you know what, at the end of the day, he was wanting to talk about stuff outside of the villa. He said he wanted to meet Kaz's family and all that kind of stuff. So you know what? I've now decided to give Tyler the benefit of the doubt. And I've started to see where they look more of a couple. And they're starting to look like a very genuine couple for me as well. I think maybe I kind of gave Tyler a little bit of a hard time. But hey, because he messed up. But yes, guys, I definitely feel like those will be the top three. So Sunday's episode, as we can see from tonight, they're going to start meeting the family. The family's going to come in. And obviously we saw a little preview of Millie getting a text, finding out that her mom and her sister is in the villa. Obviously, I can only assume how nice of a feeling that would have been for her, not seeing her family for like 6 weeks and finally be able to see them and hug them and all that kind of stuff. So I'm expecting Sunday's episode to be very emotional, as it always is when it comes to Meet in the Family. I'm also interested in seeing how they will react to Liam. Obviously, I'm sure they've probably gotten over it now, but I'm sure they might have some questions for Liam about, you know, what happened with Lily, etc., etc. But I guess we'll just have to wait until Sunday to find out, right? Yeah, we'll just have to wait. Guys, that's all for today. I will see you guys on Sunday night after Sunday night's episode airs. But please do me a favor, go ahead, like, comment, and share. And guys, if you're new to my channel, welcome, 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 you beautiful people. Please make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Be a part of the Sarsaparilla family. Yes, guys, and hit that notification bell so you get notification every single time I upload a video. Yes. So a massive shout out to all my new subscribers and all my OG subscribers, all my supporters in general. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much. And I love you guys so much. And thank you all again, once again, for all. And thank you all once again for all the birthday wishes. I appreciate you. I love you. And I'll see you guys on Sunday. But till now, you know what time it is. Keep it sassy-licious.